Today, I want to talk to you about capacity. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Jonathan Mills Patrick. Welcome back from your holidays. I hope you had an awesome time off, got to recharge, spend time with family, got some cool presents, did lots of great stuff. I know my family did. As a matter of fact, I like to spend the holidays, at least a few weeks around the holidays, away from work as much as I can and really just using that time to think about the year ahead and what I want to accomplish. It's always one of my most favorite times of the year, not just because of the holiday itself and time with family and friends and loved ones and all that good stuff, but it's because I get to sit here at my desk. I get to look out my window at the Smoky Mountains, enjoy the view. I play some music in the background, I relax a little bit, and I just start doing what I would call some strategic planning around my life and my business and about what I want to do, about what I want to accomplish. And this year has been one of the best sessions or multiple sessions for that I've had in a very long time. It was so recharging, if you can't tell. I felt great afterwards because I had a lot of clarity on a lot of things over the holidays about what I want to accomplish, where I'm going personally, where I'm going with my work, where I'm going with my side hustles, all these different things. So it was really, really, really good. And one of the things that I want to talk to you the most about, at least today, is this idea of capacity. You know, you only have so much capacity in your life, so much time, so much ability to do certain things. And when you overstretch that capacity, you really stress yourself out. I have a terrible habit of doing this. I take on more than I should. I've got multiple things going on at once, just trying to do so many things. You know, even when I realize I shouldn't, I still get sucked back into that life on a regular basis. And it's just hard to stay away from it. I like to stay busy. I like to stay active. I like to create and do all these things. And so I took the holidays to really think about what I was doing and, did it really matter? And I did that in a wide variety of ways. I looked at my personal life, where I was spending my time and energy. I looked at my businesses, and actually I've made the decision, I'm pretty sure I'm going to hold to it, to go ahead and close one of my businesses. I've got some great clients there, but it's just taking up more time than I want. And the other thing about that business that sort of put me in that position was I realized, that business is something I'm good at. I've landed Fortune 50 clients with that business, but that business didn't come easy to me, and I didn't enjoy doing that activity. And I think you can use this in your personal life too, right? I mean, if you've got things that don't come easy to you and you don't enjoy them, certainly in the beginning for things, they're tough and you have to push on through it. But if after a while it's not coming easy to you and you're just not enjoying the process, maybe it's time to cut it loose. So I decided to do that on the business side. I decided to kind of move on from a business and put my energy into other things. And really, from a side hustle perspective, freelance perspective, that's really my site, my personal branded site, jonathanmillspatrick.com. And really, not only did I look at capacity about what I was doing, but I also looked at capacity to provide really valuable information. And so I started to think about what did come easy to me, and what when people ask me advice on, is it easy for me to think about? Can I do better than most people or just about everybody that I know? And frankly, that really comes back to personal and business finances. So essentially, making money work for you. But you'll see a shift in that direction for me as time goes by with my site. One other thing I wanted to share with you around capacity, and I actually got this idea while I was listening to an audiobook. I'm still in the middle of it right now, so I can't tell you if it's as great as I think it is, but I think it's good. It's called Oversubscribed, and I was listening to the book on the way home the other day for taking our daughter to school, and the idea was, blocking off your time on your calendar to make sure that you're not oversubscribed, and then using what free time is left then to back into other activities. So here's what really I decided to do with that. I decided to go on to my personal business efforts, my calendar that I use to track what I'm doing from a personal business perspective. And I just decided to block off significant chunks of time. And actually what I did was I blocked off 4 months. I know it sounds crazy, right? But I blocked off 4 months of my calendar. I blocked off May 15th through July 15th so that I can just take the summer as downtime, enjoy being outside more when the weather's good, be with my daughter while she's on summer break, be with my wife, those type things. So I decided to block off those 2 months, then leapfrog through a few months of fall and things like that. And I, excuse me, and I decided to block off November 15th all the way through January 15th. That's actually one of the reasons I'm coming to you or recording this today on January 18th is that I decided to go ahead and start doing that this year or this time frame. But next year I'll block off November 15th through January 15th. So that's 4 months that I'll have where I'm not doing any sort of business activity, no side hustling, none of that stuff. Just work and enjoying my personal life and time with hobbies and those types of things. And the reason I'm telling you this is if you have a business or you want to start one, I think it's important to think about capacity that way. And here's why. By blocking that time off, that's 4 months I won't have to create revenue, but that's okay. That just allowed me to control my energy and efforts. And then I took a look at the months I will have available and I start to back that into the number of clients that I'll need to handle. Another capacity question, right? How many clients can you handle at one time anyways? I'll use that calendar to back into what I have to do activity wise to make the additional income that I want to during the months that I am going to work. And so I plan my business around that. I'm still continuing to develop it right now, but I'm using that type of thing to control my capacity for work so that I don't wear myself out. And, other things around capacity. Like I said, I'm using that calendar to say I want to produce this much extra income during that period. How many clients is that going to take? And then when I think about that, I make sure I throw that up against the idea of, is that more clients than I can handle at a given time in the first place? What I really came to there is I think it's going to look at about 3. 3 is going to be the top end for me for what I do. 3 clients that I can work with. And so that causes a scenario where I have to really think deeply about what those clients look like, what I'm going to charge them, and can I provide them the type of service that they're going to want and expect to charge them those kinds of dollars. So I would encourage you to take some time to think about the word capacity, think about how it impacts you on a professional and personal level. Maybe use this exercise on your calendar, even if you don't have an extra business that you work on, even if it's just hobbies, maybe schedule your calendar around that. You don't have to hold to it that strictly if that idea bothers you, but you can use it as a guide. Use it for a guide for time with family. Use it as a guide for your work life, your day job, your career, the things that you do. Block off those times necessary. I actually do that on my day job. I actually will block off my calendar and hold certain slots so that I can make sure I get to the type of work that I need to get to, because with people emailing and calling and all these things, if you don't block off time in your calendar, you might not get to certain things. So I hope this idea of capacity helps you. I can't wait to see, as I work through it more, what comes of it. I'll be sure to share that with you. In the meantime, thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great day. See you later.